Hi there, I thought we'd just have a look at some simple sound wave productions. And as you can see, I've got an oscilloscope set up on the screen. It's a pretty ancient one, but it does the job. It may look a bit funny on video because the scan rate of the oscilloscope may or may not coincide with the record rate of the video. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to produce a waveform here from a synthesizer. First thing you notice is the shape of the waveform. It has a symmetrical top and a bottom, and it makes it sound kind of hollow or gloomy. But if I change the waveform using a control, I'm putting an octave into it and a sub-octave in it. You hear the sound change. And now I go to a pulse width modulation waveform. Notice how it sounds very thin and dry. It's almost all top of the waveform and a very narrow bottom waveform. And you might wonder what that's for. Go back around it. Now you've got a sawtooth waveform. The human ear is amazing. You can pick up all these different sounds. But if I add some resonance to the sound for a filter, it's almost a sine wave now. You'll notice that it's very soft and mellow sounding. That it's very hollow. It almost has a flute type sound. So when you're developing electronic music, you develop your waveform that sounds like the instruments you're trying to recreate. This is on the old analog stuff because I have all the waveforms available. Same everything. I just changed the filter a bit. It goes back to that waveform. If I add some resonance, notice the little, you hear it. Notice that ringing sound. That's these little waveforms coming through here. They're harmonics. Again, the waveform still sounds hollow because it's a symmetrical waveform, which makes it quite interesting. And if I can change it and you can add more and more resonance, you can hear it going up and down there. The less resonance, the less waveforms, and then back to a sine wave. Or if I change the shape of the waveform, you see it dancing along a bit there. Has an almost a corangly sound about it. So using different waveforms, you can generate quite a lot of different effects. Of course, more complex waveforms are a bit harder to show on a scope, but I'll do this one for you. That one's got quite a lot of harmonics in it. So there's bass waveforms, there's mid-range and high-range all in one waveform. Another thing you can do with waveforms is to get a simple monophonic waveform and make it sound like a chorus of waveforms. Now we get a basic waveform again, and I'll modulate it. Now, that's the chorusing effect. That's the one I'm after. Notice how the waveform is darting around. What it's doing is delaying and reintroducing the frequency of the waveform through a modulation. And straight away it sounds chorusy. Monophonic, chorusy. And that's not bad for the mid-1970s when these were first invented. What they used to do with electronic organs to give them that spacious sound was have a rotating speaker called a Leslie speaker box. And these devices would break up the waveform enough so that it come to your ears with different positions of the sounds. We'd have to describe it verbally. And it would give it that pipey type sound rather than just a monophonic tone. So you end up with this chorusing effect but done mechanically. Then they came up with an electronic version similar to this, and I've used them ever since. So that's how I generate some of the waveforms using these various synthesizers. Digital synths ultimately produce similar waveforms. They just need different ways of setting them up. And that's what I do when I produce my electronic music. Of course, I like the grand sounds as well as the simple sounds. I'll just point this down here a little bit. Down on here, I'll just go back a little bit. This one's a more conventional type keyboard. And that one has all these different sounds on it. You know, that's just a sound set. I'll just go up to here and see what that one's got. I'll build in all sorts of things. Again, that's got a chorusy type of waveform, which makes it sound quite appealing. Nice smooth sounds. You got combination sounds like a choir. Like the instrument sounds, they just alter the waveform by adjusting the shape of the waveform rather than the actual tone of it. We just looked at basic waveforms today, so I trust that you found it interesting, and thank you for viewing.